Okay, I guess we'll get started then. Like I said, Tracy may or may not pop up. We don't see her up there. Okay, can we get approval of the agenda? And Karen, I know you didn't really have one. I'm gonna take a quick look and hand it back to me, but it got slightly changed this morning, but for the most part, it's the same thing. Rick, I think the first question we had was after the last meeting, when Bruce was here and we had the back and forth exchange with him. We had hoped that we would be getting an updated opinion. He didn't have it that anybody I know received, and he didn't talk about it.
I think he's still working on getting an opinion back to us. I can do a follow-up on with him and to get his what his advice is, and I'll be more than happy to let yourself and the committee know what his opinion is and recommendation as far as the fun night, if you will, or the cocktails that we're talking about. So I'll get that back to you. I'll reach out to him to see what we can get as far as an opinion.
The confines of the laws would still be able to do it, right?
I'm sorry?
I said, sorry, you're cutting in and out.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard what I said or because you guys keep cutting in and out.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
So you're waiting to hear from him. Yeah,
yes,
you're waiting to hear from him, right?
Yes.
I said perhaps we can ask him to help us word it in a way that will keep us within the confines of the law, but still be able to, to have what we're trying to meet. He can help us word it, and then be able to do it.
I will definitely pass on this to him to see what he can come up with.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sure.
The other question, and I'm not sure who to go to for this, is whether or not the yacht club pool can be rented out for a private event. I know that
I think that's the operations side of it. I can email John and see if there is anything on that, if that's something that can be done. I don't know if it ever has been done. So I could definitely reach out to operations and see if something that could be done.
Well, in full open, what I'm thinking is if Bruce comes back and says Ocean Pines can't do this with the Sunset and cocktails, I'm wondering if a small group of us got together to rent the yacht club for a private party, that we could then charge an entrance fee for the people that wanted to come, but it would be a private party.
Okay. I'll put that out to him. I don't know the ins and outs. I don't know the liability piece on that, but I'll definitely ask him about the as far as being able to rent it out. Now I know that's an operations thing, so I'll find out for you and all the particulars if that can be done.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Sure, not a problem.
Any comments on anything so far?
Mm-mm.
Okay, this is going to wind up being a rather short meeting, I think. But at the last meeting, we did talk about some pool maintenance, both at the beach club and at the swim and racket. And John Viola said that he would take a look at all of those issues we presented and would do a follow-up and make sure that things got addressed over the off season. So there is some progress being done with that. As a follow-up to the first agenda I sent out, I removed any discussion about the building at the beach club because the wording in our resolution is not clear to me as to whether or not we have any authority to make recommendations there. So at some point, I'm going to have more of a discussion with Rick and one of the other couple of board members and see if that's something that we can talk about. I had misinterpreted the term facilities, aquatics facilities, thinking it would include all the buildings. Public Works takes care of maintenance and on the buildings, so that really isn't, I think, in our purview, but I want to look at it more. So that's something that we'll consider again in the future.
Wow, I never even thought of that,
It
because
is
we've
a
made
facility.
suggestions before
Yeah.
about the bathrooms at the various pools. And,
We have, and they've
And-
been addressed.
yeah,
And
so-
so,
Nothing done on it.
I mean, I would think it would include getting into the pool, being at the pool and leaving the pool, you know?
and that's why I want to have an in-depth discussion and make sure that that's something we can do.
Okay,
So we'll come back to that at a later date.
who are you meeting with on that again?
I'm not sure yet.
Hmm.
We'd also talked about the use of plastic straws and utensils at the yacht club. And Rick, I think you had mentioned that this would be something that Matt or company would have to make a decision on. And I guess our question is, how do we get the concern and our suggestion to Matt or company? Can you do that?
That's something, if you want me to detail that, if I get a detail in writing from you, that is something I can send to operations, and then operations through John Viola, general manager, can address with Matt or anything that has to do with any kind of purveyor or contractor.
Right,
We'll have to go through John and have that discussion with our purveyor.
right. Well, I
You guys still there? Hello.
That one.
Yeah, so it's not something I want you to worry about, but when you can get something together, since it doesn't have to be in the budget, I'm not worried about getting
Oh,
anything
for
done.
that, yeah.
So, when you get back from your vacation and you're all relaxed and everything.
I'm back. I don't know what
back?
happened there. I don't know what
Okay.
happened there.
Yeah. Well, again, so we'll get something written up for you.
Yeah.
And we'll let you take it through the channels.
Absolutely.
The one thing I do want to try to get finalized is going back on the recommendation for an evening class at Mumford's Landing. And I want to make sure we get the wording correct on that. We want to emphasize that this would be an evening class after the pool closes. So it wouldn't be interrupting anything going on at the pool before it closes. I've got a copy of the initial proposal we sent. I'm going to reword that and I'll get it out to everybody. And if you all can just kind of go over it, make changes, whatever you recommend, and then we'll review it all together and get it to them before the budget process starts.
Who does the budget process again? Like what dates are we looking at if we want to get proposals?
Rick, when does the budget?
No sound.
No sound.
I'm sorry, John hasn't set those
Okay.
date yet. He hasn't let the board know, but I know he's going to be working with his department heads first. And then I think he's going to set those dates for budget presentation. So as soon as I hear from him as far as those specific dates, we'll definitely let all the committees know when that's going to be.
Okay, it'll be after the first of the year?
Yeah.
Okay. All righty, thank you.
Yep.
It's kind of a tough process because John meets first with the department managers, but we're making a suggestion that's gonna impact the department conceivably,
Right.
but they won't know about it until at some point in time, if and when it makes it to the board, and if and when the board gives it to John, and if and when John then gives it to the department manager. In other words, it's a little bit of a convoluted process because we are not allowed to speak to the
Right.
department managers,
Right.
nor to John, yet we have these thoughts that we know will impact the budget, but they won't even get to the budget process till very, very late in the process when numbers are probably already crunched.
Well, what we'll do is, as soon as I've rewritten the proposal and everybody's approved it, we'll
Send it
send
to
it
me.
to Rick.
That's
We'll
me.
send it to Rick and see if he can't get things moving ahead of
Okay.
time.
Right.
Sorry, I want to put this back in airplane mode.
The sooner the better, is
Okay.
best, I could say, as far as any kind of proposals that you have that I could bring to operations. And at that point, it's in their lap as far as, being able to move forward with some or shelve some or what have you. That's an operational decision, but the sooner you can get those to me, the better.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll get to work on that this week and hopefully have it out by the end of next week. A couple just little things to review. Last year, we took a little bit of a hiatus over the winter. I'm thinking that maybe December should be our last meeting until maybe, well, just take January, February maybe off, and then start back up in March. Does that make sense, or do you think we should meet all winter?
I don't think we should meet all winter, but January, February, I think is when we'd be
The budget,
the budget, yeah.
Right.
okay,
So maybe December, January?
Yeah.
you
Okay.
think?
I think start the budget meetings the first week in January.
okay, so,
So taking January off might not be advantageous, maybe disadvantageous.
okay. Well, the other issue is that I am gonna be leaving for vacation on November 10th, and I won't be back till the 22nd. So the second Thursday would be the 14th, and I'm not gonna be here. So we'll either have to move that meeting up to the 7th or skip a November meeting in December, and we'll just do the stuff on the evening classes through the email.
Yeah.
Whatever you want.
Does that work?
Yeah, I can go either way.
That works for you. but
I can move it
works
up
for
to
us.
the 7th if it works, or we can do it through email or.
So no meeting November or December, is that what you're saying?
Unless everybody wants to try to get together on the 7th. No,
Yeah.
okay, okay, so we're gonna skip November and December, and we'll be back in January. And the second Thursday in January is the 9th.
When do they have their meeting then in January, their budget meeting?
First meeting, the first week usually.
In the first week in January?
Yeah.
So I
Last
thought
year
this was
was-
supposed to be discussed before they have their budget
We're,
meeting.
we're gonna get everything together and send it to Rick
Oh, okay.
before then. Now, hopefully we'll have it to Rick in the next week or so,
Ah, very good.
okay?
So the pieces or the proposals that we're looking at that are affected by the budget are the evening class,
Right,
the I guess, just in case it goes through, the sunsets and cocktails.
Sunsets and cocktails, but we've got to wait until we get an answer on the
Mhm.
opinion.
And then was there anything else? That was it then.
That was it, just those two.
I thought you were going to make a presentation on the buildings.
We're gonna hold off on that until I've gotten a clear decision on whether or not that's something that we have some say over. Because of the way the resolution is written, it's a little vague, so it could be interpreted that we don't have any interest in that, or it may be that we do, so I've just got to look into
Yeah,
that.
but if
some
we
more.
don't, then who's policing?
Well, Public
Obviously,
Works,
it's not a good, they're not doing a good job.
well, Public Works takes care of it. It's on the agenda, but I'm going to do some more research into that. Okay. Anything else? There isn't anybody in the public here. Any other comments, discussions? Rick, you got anything we should know about?
No, that's it. Just other than those issues that you want me to bring forward, get them to me as soon as you can, and then I can present them to operations.
Okay. All right, everybody reminder that the 25th is the meet and greet at the yacht club for all the directors and GM and department heads and all that.
Oh, that's October, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not next Friday, I think.
Friday
Oh,
after, right. Okay, motion to adjourn,
Oh,
So
fast.
moved.
second. All right, Rick, thank you very much.
Thank
Appreciate it.
All right, see you guys.
Bye.